The Grumman F-9 Cougar stands as a significant development in the evolution of naval aviation, marking the transition from straight-wing fighters to more advanced swept-wing designs that dominated the skies during the early Cold War era. This article delves deeply into the history, production, technical specifications, and operational purpose of the F-9 Cougar, providing a comprehensive overview of this iconic aircraft. Design and development by Grumman. The Grumman F-9 Cougar was designed and built by Grumman Aircraft Engineering Corporation, a renowned American aerospace manufacturer. Grumman, often referred to as the Iron Works for its robust and reliable aircraft, was a key supplier to the U.S. Navy. The F-9 Cougar was a direct evolution of the earlier F-9F Panther, one of the Navy's first jet fighters. The Cougar was conceived in response to the need for a more advanced jet fighter that could match the increasing speed and agility of Soviet aircraft. The key difference between the F-9F Panther and the F-9 Cougar was the introduction of swept wings. This design modification significantly improved the aircraft's performance at high speeds, particularly in combat situations where agility and speed were crucial. The decision to develop the F-9 Cougar reflected Grumman's commitment to maintaining technological superiority in naval aviation. Production timeline and duration. The production of the Grumman F-9 Cougar began in 1951, following its first flight in 1951. The aircraft remained in production until 1954, during which time Grumman manufactured several variants of the Cougar, each with improvements and modifications based on operational feedback and technological advancements. The production run, though relatively short, was marked by the rapid pace of aircraft development during the Cold War, where newer models were quickly replacing older ones as military technology advanced. Despite its brief production period, the F-9 Cougar played a vital role in the U.S. Navy's air superiority strategy during the early 1950s. The aircraft was eventually replaced by more advanced jet fighters, but it remained in service for several years, proving to be a reliable and effective platform for both combat and training roles. First flight, a milestone in naval aviation. The first flight of the Grumman F-9 Cougar took place on September 20, 1951. This inaugural flight marked a significant milestone in naval aviation, showcasing the capabilities of the new swept-wing design. The flight demonstrated the Cougar's enhanced speed and agility compared to its predecessor, the F-9F Panther, and validated the design choices made by Grumman engineers. The successful first flight of the F-9 Cougar paved the way for its introduction into service with the U.S. Navy. The aircraft was quickly integrated into the fleet, where it became a key component of the Navy's carrier-based air power. Purpose and operational role. The Grumman F-9 Cougar was originally designed with a single, critical purpose, to serve as a carrier-based fighter capable of intercepting and engaging enemy aircraft. During the early 1950s, the threat of Soviet bombers and jet fighters loomed large, and the U.S. Navy needed an aircraft that could effectively counter these threats while operating from aircraft carriers. The Cougar's design focused on speed, maneuverability, and the ability to deliver firepower accurately. It was equipped with cannons and could carry a variety of ordnance, including bombs and rockets, making it a versatile fighter for both air-to-air combat and ground attack missions. The F-9 Cougar was also used as a trainer aircraft, helping to prepare the next generation of naval aviators for the challenges of jet-powered flight. Country of origin and primary operational base. The Grumman F-9 Cougar was a product of the United States, with its development and production taking place in Grumman's facilities in Bethpage, New York. As a U.S. Navy aircraft, the Cougar was primarily based aboard American aircraft carriers, from which it conducted a variety of missions, including air defense, ground attack, and pilot training. The F-9 Cougar was integral to the U.S. Navy's air operations during the early Cold War, providing a critical capability to project power and defend naval forces in contested environments. The aircraft's deployment on carriers allowed the Navy to maintain a flexible and mobile air force, capable of responding to threats across the globe. International production and deployment. While the Grumman F-9 Cougar was primarily produced in the United States, it also saw limited production and deployment in other countries. The most notable example is Argentina, which acquired a number of Cougars for its Navy. These aircraft were used in various roles, including as frontline fighters and training aircraft. The export of the F-9 Cougar to Argentina demonstrated the aircraft's adaptability and effectiveness in different operational environments. Although the Cougar's international presence was limited, its deployment by the Argentine Navy highlighted the broader impact of Grumman's design on global naval aviation. Technical specifications, power, speed, and performance. The Grumman F-9 Cougar was powered by a Pratt & Amp, Whitney J48P8 turbojet engine, which produced 7,000 pounds of thrust. This engine was a license-built version of the Rolls-Royce Tay, a British engine that was widely regarded for its reliability and performance. The J48 engine gave the Cougar a top speed of 647 miles per hour, 1,041 kilometers per hour, at 35,000 feet, making it one of the fastest naval aircraft of its time. The F-9 Cougar had a service ceiling of 46,800 feet and a range of 1,300 miles, which allowed it to conduct long-range missions and engage targets at high altitudes. The aircraft was armed with four 20mm cannons, and it could carry a variety of ordnance, including rockets, bombs, and drop tanks for extended range. The Cougar's swept-wing design contributed to its excellent performance in high-speed flight, particularly in terms of maneuverability and stability during dogfights. The aircraft's overall length was 42 feet 2 inches, with a wingspan of 34 feet 6 inches when unfolded and 27 feet 4 inches when folded for carrier storage. The Cougar had a maximum takeoff weight of 20,160 pounds, which included fuel, weapons, and other equipment. The Grumman F-9 Cougar was also known for its rugged construction, a hallmark of Grumman designs, which made it a durable and reliable platform for the demanding conditions of carrier operations. Conclusion. The Grumman F-9 Cougar represents a pivotal chapter in the history of naval aviation. Its advanced design, powerful engine, and versatile capabilities made it a valuable asset to the U.S. Navy during the early Cold War. While its time in service was relatively short, the Cougar's impact was significant, setting the stage for future generations of naval jet fighters.